Imagine a young teen, just 14 years old, driven to the brink by whispers and accusations that turned out to be completely baseless. This heartbreaking story hits close to home for anyone who's ever worried about the power of rumors online. But here's where it gets controversial. How much blame does social media deserve for amplifying unsubstantiated claims? And what role did the authorities play in failing to clear his name quickly enough? And this is the part most people miss. The subtle ways mental health challenges, like ADHD, can make someone even more vulnerable to such public shaming. Let's dive into the details of Kai Lloyd's tragic case, exploring what happened, why it mattered, and the bigger questions it raises about justice, community, and digital responsibility. A heartbreaking incident unfolded when a 14-year-old boy named Kai Lloyd tragically ended his own life following unfounded allegations that he had stolen the ashes of a deceased infant. To those closest to him, including his family and the head of year at Connors Key High School, Kai appeared to carry on with his daily routine seemingly as normal after his arrest on December 11, 2021. This outward calm, however, masked a storm brewing beneath the surface. 8 days later, on December 19, Kai was discovered hanged in his bedroom by his father, John, at their home on Dodds Drive in Connors Key. An inquest held in Ruthin revealed these painful details through statements from those who knew him best. His mother, Lisa Lloyd, shared a particularly distressing account. On December 8, she received a text message from a woman named Chloe Robinson inquiring if she was Kai's mother. Without hesitation, Robinson accused Kai of burglarizing her apartment, saying, "Tell him thanks for burgling my flat." This allegation quickly spiraled out of control, spreading like wildfire across social media platforms and even making its way into national news outlets. Don't miss out on our crime newsletter for the latest court updates. Sign up here to stay informed. Lisa explained that while Kai's name wasn't explicitly mentioned in the published articles, living in a close-knit community meant that locals easily pieced together who was involved. She described how the rumors led to relentless bullying at school. Kai, who had been diagnosed with mild ADHD back in 2016, found the online posts and ensuing harassment deeply troubling. As a parent, she knew this would cut him to the core. "I know they would have really upset Kai. He cared deeply about other people. He would never hurt anybody," she emphasized. Lisa insisted that Kai repeatedly denied taking anything from the home, and that she had reached out to the police in an effort to resolve the misunderstanding. But she received no response in the critical 8 days leading up to his death. It would have hurt him deeply that people were saying he had stolen a baby's ashes, especially when this wasn't true, she added, highlighting the emotional toll of being falsely linked to such a sensitive crime involving the remains of a child. At Connors Key High School, Kai was remembered fondly by his pastoral coordinator and head of year, Sue Mesham, who described him as well-liked with an infectious smile that lit up the room. During the inquest, she recounted overhearing some classmates gossiping about Kai's arrest. He confided in her that he had done nothing wrong, and she tried to reassure him, saying, "I tried to reassure him that he needed to let the police investigate, and the truth would come out." Breaking the devastating news to his peers in a school assembly was one of the toughest moments of her career, she admitted. The school's current headteacher, James Forber, informed the hearing that new policies had been implemented to better handle sensitive disclosures, with clearer roles and responsibilities outlined to prevent future oversights. Senior Coroner for North Wales East and Central, John Gittins, reviewed a police report from North Wales Police regarding the alleged burglary. The report concluded, "It appears that the said property was not stolen," confirming that the accusations were groundless. In his narrative conclusion, the coroner referred to these as unsubstantiated allegations, noting that likely falsehoods were subsequently embellished and exaggerated through the medium of social media. Kai, he observed, showed no signs of behavioral issues to his family or school, and gave no hints of self-harm intentions. He further stated, "There is no evidence that the acts or omissions of any agency caused or contributed to his death, and although it was the result of a self-inflicted act, it is not possible to discern his intent." The article continues below. Interestingly, the coroner decided to delay issuing a prevention of future deaths report directed at North Wales Police until he could assess what improvements were underway in how they handle individuals with ADHD. This pause suggests a recognition that specialized approaches might be needed for those with neurodevelopmental conditions, who could be more susceptible to the stresses of public scrutiny. Think of ADHD as a condition that can amplify emotional reactions, making it harder to shrug off unfair criticism, much like how a small spark can ignite a larger fire in dry conditions. Stay updated with daily breaking news on your phone by joining our WhatsApp community here. We occasionally share special offers, promotions, and ads from us and our partners. Check our privacy notice for details. But here's the controversial twist that really makes you think. While the coroner found no direct link between police inaction and Kai's death, is it fair to say that a quicker response could have stopped the social media frenzy in its tracks? And this is where opinions diverge. Some might argue that the police should prioritize clearing false accusations swiftly, especially for minors, to prevent irreparable harm. Others could contend that social media users need stricter accountability for spreading unverified rumors, as platforms like Facebook or Twitter can turn a single accusation into a mob mentality overnight. What do you think? Should schools and communities have mandatory protocols for handling online bullying tied to false allegations? Do you believe mental health support should be automatically offered in cases involving teens with conditions like ADHD? Share your thoughts in the comments. Do you agree that this tragedy could have been avoided, or is there a counterpoint we haven't considered? Let's discuss.